So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment. So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age. I am Master Angir. Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro. Learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his understanding of Ro. Use your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear. Well done. Again. You learn quickly. Once more. Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori. See how you learn a completely new shout. Master Bori will teach you Wold, which means whirlwind. Wold. You must hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thum. Approach Master Bori. Give it. Master Wolfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori?
X.
Now, your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your Whirlwind Sprint to pass through before it closes. Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself? No, indeed not. But beware that your skill does not outstrip your wisdom. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengrav. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return. No doubt, the appearance of a Dragonborn at this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear. There is indeed much that we know that you do not. That does not mean that you are ready to understand it. Do not let your easy mastery of the voice tempt you into the arrogance of power. That has been the downfall of many Dragonborn before you. Dragons have the inborn ability to learn and project their voice. Dragons also are able to absorb the power of their slain brethren. A few mortals are born with similar abilities. Whether a gift or a curse has been a matter of debate down through the centuries. What you have already learned in a few days took even the most gifted of us years to achieve. Some believe that Dragonborn are sent into the world by the gods at times of great need. We will speak more of that later, when you are ready. Dragons have always been able to shout. Language is intrinsic to their very being. There is no difference in the dragon tongue between debating and fighting. Shouting comes as naturally to a dragon as breathing or speaking. In mythic times, when mortal kind was in great need, the goddess Kinnereth granted us the ability to speak as dragons do. For most people, long years of training are required to learn even the simplest shout. But for you, the dragon speech is in your blood, and you learn it almost without effort. 5. Our leader, Parthenax, lives alone on the peak of the throat of the world. When your voice can open the path, you will know you are ready to speak to him. He was a great war leader of the ancient Nords, a master of the voice, or tongue. After the disaster at Red Mountain, where the Nord army was annihilated, he spent many years pondering the meaning of that terrible defeat. He finally came to realize that the gods had punished the Nords for their arrogant and blasphemous misuse of the voice. He was the first to understand that the voice should be used solely for the glory and worship of the gods, not the glory of men. Jürgen Windcaller's mastery of the voice eventually overcame all opposition, and the way of the voice was born. The voice was a gift of the goddess Kinnereth at the dawn of time. She gave mortals the ability to speak as dragons do. Although this gift has often been misused, the only true use of the voice is for the worship and glory of the gods. True mastery of the voice can only be achieved when your inner spirit is in harmony with your outward actions. In the contemplation of the sky, Kinnereth's domain, and the practice of the voice, we strive to achieve this balance. That is commendable. But remember, the dragon blood is itself a gift of Akatosh. Do not try to deny that gift. Your destiny requires you to use your voice. Why else would Akatosh have bestowed this power upon you? If you remember to use your voice in service to the purpose of Akatosh, you will remain true to the way. As I said, you will know you are ready when your voice can open the path to him. The voice was a gift of the goddess, although this gift true in the contemplation of the sky. We study the way of the voice according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice. Their voices are too powerful for anyone not trained in the way to withstand. Even a whisper could kill you. No doubt, you should focus on honing your voice, and soon. We study the way of the voice according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice. Sky, guard you. Sky above.
A new hand touches the beacon. Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple. A darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreek. And I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
You there. You're the one they call Dragonborn. Then it is too late. The lie has already taken root in the hearts of men. So we shall expose to them the falseness in their hearts by tearing out yours, deceiver. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
I've been looking for you.
Shall clear the way for the coming of the true dragon.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn God. Vampire hunters.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. A letter. Not sure who from. He wouldn't say, just that he was a friend of yours. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Be careful!
We don't get many visitors through here, unless they're headed up to High Hrothgar, of course.
Let me see that. I can't believe this. It was all just a fabrication of this Windelius character. I can't believe we were so stupid.
Well, least I can do is give you something for taking care of him. If you won't accept it as a payment, consider it a gift. Sure thing. It's yours for... I'll show you to your room. Right this way. If you're headed up to the monastery, watch.
Be careful.
Let me know if there's anything else you need.
You don't look like a... What do you want?
Ah, good to see you again. How'd that delivery go? Quite a climb, wasn't it? Anyway, much appreciated. Here, take this for your troubles. Thanks again for the legwork.
Mighty voice. What's a milk drinker like you doing out here? Why? What are you gonna do? Cry? I don't have to take that from you. Never should come here. Not quite good enough, are you? No more. I yield.
I heard something.
Enjoy killing you. You afraid to fight me?
I've been hunting and fishing in these parts for years.
Oh,
Did you see a dog out there? Oh well. The blacksmith is offering a reward for a dog he saw on the road. I was hoping you'd seen it. I guess I'll stay on the lookout. Keep your nose clean while you're here, outsider.
Good to see you. Finally, someone useful is around. Ah, it's you. Yes, well, now we'll see if the stories about you are true. There's a group of bandits in my hold that I may have had a few discreet dealings with. The cut they were giving me was good at first, but now it's time to clean things up. Go and take care of it. Good. My uncle Dengir was Jarl until a short time ago. His old age and failing health caught up with him, and he stepped down. He now serves us honorably as Thane, and to the great benefit of the hold, I now serve as Jarl. Difficult? I'm a Jarl. I eat the most succulent meat, drink the finest ale, and hunt with the best hounds in the hold. Meanwhile, my very capable steward sees to the needs of the small folk, and ensures that my hold runs smoothly. Being a Jarl could hardly be simpler. You should try it sometime. Execute every last bandit. Spare no one.
The Legion's always looking for strong, capable warriors. If you think you've got what it takes, our headquarters is in Solitude. Not sure I understand the question. The Legion's always been in Skyrim. We have garrisons throughout all the provinces of the Empire. Our mission is to serve the Emperor, uphold the law, and protect the citizenry. Skyrim's days are darkening, and the Legion will soon be called into service like never before. But we stand ready, as always, to meet that call. Think you've got the metal, eh? Honestly, the Legion can use all the able bodies it can muster. We have our hands full. A dead king, a rebellion, and now dragons. Skyrim's a mess. If you're serious, make your way to Solitude. Our headquarters is Castle Dower. You find General Tullius there, commanding our forces in Skyrim. But talk to Legate Rika. She handles the local recruiting. You mean Ulfric's so-called Stormcloak Rebellion? The Nord Kings, excuse me, Jarls. They can't seem to control their own people, so the Legion has stepped in to keep order. Sadly, the Empire's stretched a little thin these days, and we've gotten very few reinforcements. So we've been forced to recruit locally. But rest assured, citizen, we'll put an end to this uprising, and things will get back to normal soon enough. All right then.
How do you feel? I think you might be sick. It was Dengir who made me a steward, long ago when he was young. When Dengir's health began to fail, young Siggeir was appointed Jarl in his stead. It was simpler just to keep me as steward. Siggeir has no interest in running his hold, and so leaves such matters to me. As for my part, I do my best to see that folk are treated fairly. Many battles have been fought here over the centuries. Graves were dug and monuments built, and the town grew around these. In time, Falkreath came to be known as the Hero's Graveyard. Many noble jarls and renowned warriors asked to be buried here. Falkreath's reputation has faded somewhat, but the graves remain, reminding us of the one inevitable truth of life. May wisdom forever light your path. I'm the steward. The Jarl has put out a bounty on some bandits. Here, take a look at this decree for details. Be safe, traveler.
I protect the Jarl, whoever that might be.
You need to leave.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything, or take a seat by the fire and I'll send someone over.
I was Jarl once, but I was encouraged to step down when I took sides with the Stormcloaks. Well, not against me, against all of Falkreath. Those Imperial bastards are spying on every one of us. Last night I saw Laud the blacksmith writing a letter. Probably sending word to Solitude and General Tullius. Are you loyal to Skyrim? Break into Laud's house and get that letter. Good. Aye, not so long ago. Some will tell you I stepped down on account of my old age. Truth is, I found out about all the Imperial spies crawling around Falkreath. A few well-placed bribes, and they bought themselves some friends. Suddenly, the nobles are calling for a new Jarl. And all the while, their pockets are jingling with the sound of Imperial septons. They named me Thane. They got my nephew Siggeir in my place. A real friend to Cyrodiil, that one.
Mind what you say. The Empire has ears
Unless
all
you
over
intend to
this
bury someone, this isn't the place you're looking for, traveler. No, Falkreath is known for its graveyard, traveler. We've buried more dead than you can imagine. I just finished giving my old war companion Barrett a proper burial by fire. Old Hardhead hated the idea of being lost cold in the ground. Could you deliver the ashes to Runil, the priest of Archay? He'll know the right blessings to make for Barrett's soul. Thank you. Falkreath was once full of wonder.
You look like someone who can hold their liquor. How about a friendly contest to win a staff? Ha! We'll see about that. This is a special brew. Very strong stuff. Let's get started. I'll start round one. Down the hatch. Your turn. One down, my friend, one down. And another one for me. And how about you? So says you. I think I've hit my limit on these things. Tell you what, one more and you win the contest. Wow, you've really done it. The staff is yours. You know, you're a fun person to drink with. I know this great little place where the wine flows like water. We should head there. Hey, you don't look so good.
Wake up. That's right. It's time to wake up, you drunken blasphemer. Of course, you don't remember getting here. I'm guessing you also don't remember coming in here and blathering incoherently about marriage or a goat. Which means you don't remember losing your temper and throwing trash all over the temple. Dibella teaches love and compassion, but that doesn't mean we're just going to tell you what you want to know and let you walk away from this. Pick up your mess, then apologize. And if we think you're sincere, we'll consider lending you aid. Talk to me again when you've cleaned up your mess. Oh, I'd love to help you figure it out, but I'm so busy cleaning up the mess you made of our temple. Now, if you were to help tidy up and perhaps apologize afterwards. I might be able to help you. I suppose that'll do. DeBella teaches us forgiveness after all. Even for a drunk like you. You were ranting when you got here, but most of it was slurred. You did say something about Rorikstead. Maybe you should take a look there. I'm sorry. The Temple of DeBella is closed. You can receive your blessing if you wish, but the other sisters are in seclusion. A heathen. Lovely. Oh, don't put on that angry look. I'm just teasing you. DeBella is the divine of beauty. She is a patron deity to artists and bards and those who seek life's simple pleasures. The temple offers her blessings to pilgrims, and instruction in enjoying all life has to offer. The sisters are communing with DeBella. They can't be disturbed. You'll have to come back another time. Hi there. Well, you are lovely to look at, and there's so many things I could teach you, but I'm afraid the temple isn't taking in new students. DeBella's blessing to you.
We'll handle things from here. Move along. I said move along. The Forsworn are just a bunch of madmen. We have everything under control. Stay out of it. That's right. It isn't. Everyone, stay back. The Markarth City Guard have this all under control. There are no Forsworn here.
Gods. A woman attacked right on the streets. Are you alright? Did you see what happened? I'm so sorry. I hope the Eight give you more peace in the future. Oh, I think you dropped this. Some kind of note. Looks important. No. I was just getting some fresh air. Had one too many pints of mead at the Silverblood Inn. My note? No, that's yours. Must have fallen out of your pocket. What? Next time.
Margaret, he killed her. Right in front of me. She's a traveler from the Imperial City. Came by every day looking for jewelry for her relatives back home. Why would anyone want to kill her? Doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. I don't think I can bear to sell anything right now. What's happening to this city?
Come on in. The Silverblood Inn has plenty of strong drink and clean rooms.
Are you feeling sick?
Unlike my husband Clapper, I watch after our guests. Magic? Got no good use for that here. Mages keep to their college in Winterhold. Go bother them. Wish the Jarl's wizard would up and leave with you. I should remind Clepper to clean
I'm
this
what you'd
place
call
up.
a soldier of fortune.
Pig-headed
Make me an offer, and I just might fight at your side. That's a fair price. My blade is yours. Yuli, I'll follow.
This is the Silver Blood Inn. I'll let you figure out who owns it by yourself. Here, take a look at this. Some of the Jarl's men came by and left this bounty letter. Degane the Beggar got himself kicked out of the Temple of Dibella. Caused quite the ruckus. Did you hear? The Hall of the Dead is closed. Brother Veralis isn't the most popular man in town right now. Any aspiring mage would do well to look for the college in Winterhold. Head there, and you'll get what you're after. Although our Jarl's humble wizard might be willing to help you too. Sure thing. It's yours for a day. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Unlike my husband Clepper, I watch after our guests.
Let me know if it... Anything else you need?
Songs. I said, finally. Now get lost. Aye, a whole heap of it. You see that temple? Way up there? All them women keeping to themselves? Won't let poor Degane in, nope. Not even for a look. But they've got a treasure in there. Gold statue size of a child. Who knows what they use it for, but I know what I'll use it for. Well, let's not put it like that. Wouldn't want the Thieves Guild catching wind of us, eh? Nah, just creep in and have a go at taking it out. I'll be here and pay you half of what my man in Riften promised for it. You'll be helping out an old beggar, and the divine smile on that sort of thing. There's no shipments coming in. My favorite drinking buddy. Let's get some mead. Got any ale or mead? What is there to know? It's in the temple, you bring it out. You bring it to me, I pay you. Now get moving. Bring more gold next time.
A man like me makes a lot of envy. Always trying to cheat.
I've seen... What can an old skull do for you, huh? That's about the truth of it. Write tales about the sights I've seen, the battles I've fought. Earned quite a name for myself when I was younger. The Bard's College still teaches some of my work to their students. Good fighting to you.
Check the shipments. There are...
Unlike my husband Clepper, I watch after
My father, Klepper.
Don't mind the yelling.
I just cleaned it.
You. I've seen you snooping around, asking questions. Back off. You don't want to know what happens to troublemakers here. You're finding it. That's bad enough. This is your last warning, outsider. We keep the peace here. Stay out of our business.
outside?
It's just the market rabble. We should get back to work. You there?
Lisbeth handles the customers. I just check the shipments.
No, I'm not Arnleif. Yes, I know it's called Arnleif and Sons. I inherited the store from my husband. His father was Arnleif. My husband, Gunnar, died about 5 years ago. Forsworn attack. I miss that stubborn oaf. No, as if trade wasn't poor enough. Now there's violence in the streets. It was the Forsworn, wasn't it? I lose dozens of shipments every season to those barbarians. Now they're in the city? Gods help us. Oh, by the divines, is it that obvious? I swear, if my Gunnar was alive to see me now. This store would finally be on its feet if I hadn't lost my last shipment to the Forsworn attacks. A specially made Dibella statuette. You aren't for hire, are you? A sellsword? I'll pay you if you can recover that statuette from the Forsworn. Thank you. I'll have a sum of gold waiting for you when you return. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Come back whenever you need something.
You don't know anything about this house?
No.
Anyone seen entering or leaving? Any strange lights or unusual noises?
It's abandoned, and it's always been abandoned.
Excuse me, but do you know anything about this house? Seen anyone enter or leave? Seems no one in this city has. I'm with the Vigil of Stendar. We believe this house might have been used for Daedra worship, evil rites and so forth. I was actually just about to head on inside. It'd be good to have someone watch my back. Follow me, and keep your eyes open. Daedra are powerful creatures and tricksters. Never know what you'll find.
Bloody enough for you, outsider? Then turn around and go back where you came. City doesn't need you, doesn't want you. Blood and silver are what flows through Markarth. That's the way it is. That's the way it'll stay. It's right there in the name of the most powerful family in Markarth, the Silverbloods. They have a whole mine filled with prisoners to dig up silver ore, get smelted by workers they pay, and they own half the city. I work for them. The inn is named after them. When the guards make an arrest, they check with them first. No. I live in a nice house in solitude, where the air isn't filled with smoke from the silver smelters, and golden-haired girls shine my shield. Been here ever since I left the Bard's College. Turns out a few muscles earn more gold than a damn loot. The Silverbloods pay me, let me crack a few skulls, and keep the guards off my back. That's all I need. Jarl is who you want to talk to. Always coin to be made killing off some Forsworn in the hills. As long as you don't mind going axe to axe with a bunch of Daedra-worshipping savages who practice the dark arts. Yeah.
Fresh food. No wood rot on the furniture. Someone's been here. Recently. But the people I asked say no one enters or leaves. Wait, did you hear that? I think it came this way. That's it. Something's inside the house. Come on, we're getting to the bottom of this. Come out. We know you're here. There's another door. See if you can get it open.
Stendar's mercy. This isn't an order. Daedra, we have to get help.
Weak. He's weak. You're strong. Crush him.
You first. Come on. Let's go. Huh?
Yes, further into the bowels. So close, your prize is waiting. Did you think Molegbal, the Lord of Domination, would so easily reward you? What do you see from that little cage? Speak! Rusted, dry. There was a time when this mace dripped with the blood of the feeble and the worthless. But a Daedric lord has his enemies, and my rival Boethia had her priest desecrated, left it here to decay, until you came. Revenge? No, I want submission. I want the priest who did this to bend his knee and give me his soul. He comes by to perform Boethia's insulting rites at my altar, but he's been missing, captured and bound, left to rot. Save him. Let him perform his rite one more time. And when he does, we will be waiting for him.
The Treasury House is really just for patrons of the Silverblood family. You don't belong here. It's an old family, very well respected throughout the Reach. The Silverbloods run nearly all the lands in this hold, as well as the local inn. And of course they own Sidna Mine, the finest prison and source of silver in Skyrim. You want Thonar Silverblood. He handles all the family business. If you're here to talk politics, though, you'd want his brother, Thongvor. He spends most of his time in Understone Keep. For one, the landowners of the Reach. It goes without saying that they rely heavily on us for our silver and support. All the miners, farmers, and laborers in the Reach get their daily wages through us. Nepos the Nose handles that part of our business. He has a way with the workers. I have records I need to tend to. I'm sorry. We're only interested in helping our patrons.
Are you feeling all right, dear?
I'm married to Thonar Silverblood. My dear vagrant, we're the only family worth knowing in Markarth. We own everything in this city, even the jail. And guess who owns the Silverblood Inn? Not that we named it that. The people just insisted. He's the real head of this family. He may not be the eldest, but all the work that keeps us respected is handled by my Thonar. Yes, I was bored talking to you anyway.
Thongvor may be the head of the family, but I'm the hands.
I'm sorry to drag you into Markarth's problems, but after that attack in the market, I'm running out of time. You're an outsider. You're dangerous looking. You'll do. You want answers? Well, so do I. So does everyone in the city. A man goes crazy in the market. Everyone knows he's a forsworn agent. Guards do nothing. Nothing but clean up the mess. This has been going on for years, and all I've been able to find is murder and blood. I need help. Please. You find out why that woman was attacked, who's behind Wayland and the Forsworn, and I'll pay you for any information you bring me. So the clues point to the Treasury House then. That makes sense. Thonar is involved in every facet of the city. Here's the gold I promised. Keep following the trail and there will be more in it for you. He was one of the smelter workers. I used to have a job down there myself, casting silver ingots. I never knew much about Wayland, except he lives in the Warrens, like all the other workers. They're remnants of the old rulers of Markarth, natives of the Reach, followers of the old ways. The Nords drove them out of the city, Ulfric Stormcloak and his men. That was about 20 years ago. But somehow they're still here, and they're killing people. Yes. It all started when I was a boy. My father owned one of the mines, rare for anyone who was in the Nord. He was killed. Guards said it was just a madman, but everyone knew the murderer was a member of the Forsworn. I've been trying to find out why ever since. Gotten nowhere so far. And then I got married. Have a child of my own on the way. I swore I was going to just give up for my child's sake, but it's like my father's ghost is haunting me, asking me why. Be careful who you talk to.
Heard they're reforming the Dawn Guard. Vampire hunters or something. In the old form.
Why are you bothering me, kinsman? Then you're talking to the wrong man. You want that elf in the keep, Calcimo. The only thing I'll tell you about Markarth is to stay out of our business. We have enough around here without some outsider causing trouble. I should get back to work. Bother someone else.
Hi there. Debella's blessing. Debella, guide us.
What are you doing in here? Stay where you are. The mother will deal with you. And just what do you think you're doing? Unfortunately for you, we don't allow men into the inner sanctum. You have committed a breach and must pay the penalty. Normally, a quick death. Luckily for you, there are more pressing matters. We could make an example of you, but perhaps you could be put to better use. The ceremony you so rudely interrupted was the exalted protocol of the Debellan Sibyl. I don't expect you to know what that means. Suffice to say that our Sibyl was recently lost to us. Through the protocol, we have seen the home of the next Sibyl, to the north in a small village pressed against the stone. If you can travel there and retrieve our young Sibyl, your transgression will be forgiven. We believe the place in our vision to be Karthwasten. Now move quickly. The girl must be brought to the temple as soon as possible. Have you heard of the blessing of Debella? It can help you with the wooing of women if that's your aim. Or give you strength if you happen to offend one. Typically, we avoid bestowing it upon men, but for the Sibyl's escort, we could make an exception. The Sibyl of Debella spends her entire life in direct communion with the goddess. From the time she's a little girl to the moment she expires, she is a direct connection with the Heavenly Mother. From her reverie, we know the mind of our god. We have had a vision of the next Sibyl, living in a village to the north. She must be brought to the temple for her reverie to begin. It's considered a great honor for the family. Their daughter will never know hardship, and the goddess blesses them with great bounty. We prefer not to announce that the Sibyl has died until we can introduce the new one. People like to know that we're connected to the goddess.
Gods, it's true, isn't it? A dragon has attacked Whiterun. How could mere men bring down such a beast?
What are you doing here? I told them no visitors. The Imperial agent. That's right, I knew. How many dogs is the Empire going to send after me? This is my business, My city. You Empire lovers should learn to stay out of it. Now get out! Are you feeling sick?
What? By the gods, Betty!
My wife. They killed her. Damn Madanach. Damn his forsworn backside. No, you're not. You want to know what the forsworn really are? They're my puppets. I have their king rotting in Sidna Mine. He was supposed to keep them under control. When their uprising was crushed, I had Madanach brought to me. He was a wild animal, but a useful one. I offered him a stay from execution if he used his influence to deal with any annoyances that came up. Competitors, agents, idiots. So I've let him run his little forsworn rebellion from inside Sidna Mine. Now he's out of control. You already got what you wanted, you damn hound. This is your fault. You and Madanach are animals, and I'll see you both rot to death in Sidna Mine for this. Now get out of my house!
They say Elfrid Stormcloak murdered the High King. With his
What am I supposed
voice.
to do? Never leave the house?
Shouted him
You want that
apart.
engine?
You're closing this stall, and that's final.
You want to give up now, out of fear? Is that what we're going to teach our daughter?
Bloodiest
Mama,
beef in the region.
why are you and Papa fighting?
We're not fighting, we're just... Why don't I get you something to eat? Mama and Papa will talk later. I work silver, like my father, and his
I'm
father
gonna be a
before him.
silversmith one day, like my mother and father.
Don't try to haggle with me. Who? You mean that woman who was attacked in the market? Didn't know her. Guards dragged her body away. Last we'll hear of that. Ah, now that is a good question. Where does Hogney get the finest, freshest meat from all over the Reach? The answer is simple. Orcs. There is a stronghold nearby whose hunters can butcher a deer in seconds. Now having an orc for a wife would be something, yes. Strong and bulky. Too bad they don't let people go beyond the walls. Let me show you where they are. Maybe they welcome you. Maybe they put an arrow in your face. Who knows? Do I look like a guide? Only thing I do is sell meat. Are you going to buy or not? Come back when you need more meat.
You look worse than I feel.
What can I do for you?
Are you looking for a gift for a friend, perhaps? My family came here centuries ago. We made a good living smithing the silver that flows through the city. But you probably wanted to know about the fancy carvings and stonework, didn't you? Travelers always do. Here, I have a delivery I need to make to Calcimo. Why don't you take it to him? He knows the history of Markarth better than anyone. Thank you. He can be a bit difficult, but I'm sure he'll appreciate your help. Please, I don't want to talk about it. All that blood. If you want answers, ask at the inn. She told me she was staying there. Let's see what adornments I might have available. Come back if you need a new ring or necklace.
What can I do for you?
Hey, you.
Alms. How about a septum? Wait, make that 2 septums.
I'm gonna be a
I work silver,
silversmith,
like my
like
father,
my mother and
and
father.
his father before him.
Out of my way, kinsman.
Excuse me. What's your business here? We haven't been expecting you, and the old man needs his rest. Come back some other time. You again. What are you doing here? If you must know, I'm the maid. And the master of the house is old and needs his rest. So if you don't have any business, leave. This is a private home, and the master of the house is a very old man. He's not to be disturbed.
Hmm? Well, hello.
Outsiders aren't trusted in Markarth.
What are you hiding, priest?
I'm not hiding anything. It's closed for a reason.
Typical Imperial lies. First, you take away Talos. Now you're keeping us from seeing our honored dead? You and the Jarl will answer for any desecration of my ancestors' bodies.
That's enough, Thongvor. We're done. If it's about the Hall of the Dead, no, you can't go in there. I can't talk about it. Rest assured, the Jarl hears everyone's concerns. You will be able to visit the dead again soon. Alright? I was going to suggest the Jarl hire someone to sort this mess out anyway. We've discovered that some of the dead have been eaten. Flesh has been chewed off. Bones were snapped to get at the marrow inside. We haven't caught anyone or anything yet. It's like it knows when I'm there. If you can get to the bottom of this, the priesthood of Arcade will reward you. Take my key, and be careful. New to Skyrim? I was confused at first too. The Nords call their mausoleums the Hall of the Dead. It's where people in the city are buried. Fathers, forefathers, mothers, foremothers. Arcade, one of the 8 divines, god of the cycle of birth and death. It is his shrine people pray to when they visit the hall, and his divinity will watch over their ancestors on the way to the next life. Tread lightly in the hall. You don't know what's in there.
What are you doing here? The excavation site is closed. I don't need any more workers or guards. Nuvarande Cell? The ruins underneath Markarth? The wealth of artifacts that I've based 2 human lifetimes of research on? You idiot! Do you even know who I am? The most recognized scholar on the Dwemer in all of Tamriel. And you people keep bothering me. I'm sorry, I got too excited. I'm in the middle of some very stressful work, and I shouldn't have yelled. How can I help you? Oh, that's right. I keep forgetting to pick that up. Poor Kira, such a patient woman. Now, you're supposed to get something for your trouble, aren't you? How about some gold? People seem to like that, I notice. Persistent, aren't you? Oh, very well. Who am I to stand in the way of curiosity? I'll let you in if you agree to something for me. There's a giant spider in the Nuvarande Cell. My workers call her Minne, the poisoned one. If you deal with Minne, I'll let you into both the excavation site and my Dwemer museum. What do you say? Enthusiasm. Good. Here's the key to the dig site. Yes. Their history and culture is all around us in Markarth, a race of stonecutters, artisans, and engineers. They invented machines and built elaborate underground cities where they researched powers to rival the gods themselves. And then, at a time we are still not sure when, they disappeared. The whole people, all at once, leaving behind only their works. To protect my research, for one. There are more cutthroat scholars out there who would steal my findings if they got the chance. And the excavations into Nuvarande are dangerous. Dwemer machines and traps still function, even after thousands of years. I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this. What? Oh. Goodbye.
I'm Calcelmo's nephew.
Here to see the yard. No sudden moves. Understand?
You there. You another Imperial puppet? Answer me. What of it, he says. Your empire is destroying everything Skyrim stands for. Honor, pride, mighty Talos. You can tell Jarl Igmund that the Silverblood family won't tolerate his cowardice for much longer. That's a true Nord hero. A legend. So great that the divines themselves lifted his soul into the heavens and made him a god. He founded the Empire, and now they've turned their back on him to appease the elves. Elves. Do the elves rule Skyrim, or do the Nords? We own Sidna Mine, best prison in Skyrim, and source of half the wealth in this city. We keep the Reach safe. We flood Markarth with wealth. But does the Jarl listen to us when we want to say? No. He's busy forgetting that Ulfric Stormcloak saved this city from the Forsworn. Ulfric's a hero, not a damn criminal. They started the Great War. Nearly destroyed the Imperial City. Then the Emperor took the coward's way out and surrendered. Now, the elves dictate everything we do, and they don't want us acknowledging a mere human like Talos as the god he is. He used the Thum, shouted those Forsworn from the walls. Then he led a band of Nord warriors in to take the city. Just like Talos himself at the Battle of Old Hroldan, reclaiming the Reach from those heathen natives. Stay out of trouble in my city.
You have the honor of addressing a member of the Thalmor. Bask in it. We're the ruling body of the Old Mary Dominion. Saviors of Myr. Victors of the Great War. The Empire exists because we allow it to exist. And I'm here to make sure the Jarl of Markarth remembers that. The Thalmor saved all of Elvenkind during the Oblivion Crisis. We've been watching over our lands for 200 years. We refounded the Old Mary Dominion, an alliance between us and our Bosmer cousins. You might know them from their common name, Wood Elves. We intend to prove the superiority of Myr over man, 1 century at a time. As if this craggy wretch of a city could give birth to a superiorly bred mer such as myself. No, I'm not from Markarth. I was sent here to lead the Thalmor's interests in this corner of Skyrim. It's my mission to root out all Talos worship in this city. It's a religious matter. The Thalmor do not recognize Talos as a god. He was only a man, and does not deserve a place in our pantheon. The Empire has agreed to accept our beliefs, and its citizens have a responsibility to cease their heretical worship. You're awfully inquisitive, aren't you? I like that. Perhaps you'd care to solve a little problem I'm having. Ogmund the Scout. He's old, respected, and I know for a fact that he worships Talos in his home. But the Jarl has been hesitant to call for his arrest. I want you to break into his home and find evidence. Until next time.
Ondolimar is commanding the Thalmor. As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern.
I'm the Jarl's personal blacksmith, but that doesn't mean I can't sell you a few pieces for a fair price. Anything. Served in the Legion with my sister Gorza for over 10 years. We've seen every piece you can imagine. Have you met her? She runs the forge near the smelter. Just don't bother talking to her, apprentice. Boy has no talent. Depends on what you need. A light armor is good for travel, less to carry. A heavy armor weighs you down, but no true warrior goes without it. If you want some heavy armor, I might have a deal we could work out. I need a dangerous heart. Jarl wants me to cool his new sword in blood. You get me a heart, I get you some armor. Interested? Good hunting. Looking to protect yourself or deal some damage?
Don't bother with Tacitus. You'd think an apprentice could forge a few hinges. Grew up in a stronghold. Every orc girl tended the forge at some point. But a girl has to grow up, and life in the stronghold asks for a lot in return. So I joined the Legion, mastered my trade there. That's right. An orc stronghold. Kept to ourselves, lived as our ancestors would have wanted. Wasn't enough for me, though. I left. Didn't want to end up as the third wife of some lowly chieftain. It's an honorable craft. I'll show you what I can. All right.
You don't look so good. Are you feeling all right?
Before you say anything, no, I am not from the Reach. No, I'm a Breton from High Rock, and I refuse to be mistaken for a filthy native. I don't care if we share the same ancestors. These people are savages. Half of them are forsworn barbarians. And have you seen what they eat? What have I done for the gods to take me so far from my beloved Daggerfall? Yes, the finest court in all of High Rock. You think politics here or something? Well, we Bretons invented politics. That is where I learned to cook, and where I belong. Not here with all these dogs.
Mm-hmm. Don't mind the dogs. They get anxious when they haven't had dinner.
I have meals to cook for the entire castle, with almost no help.
I have to work, or Anton will rip my head off.
son of Orofnir, Jarl of Markov. Are you a sellsword? I don't like your kind. No honor, no loyalty, unreliable. But I can't turn away a potential ally in these times. Let's see if you're better than a common mercenary. My scouts have tracked down one of the Forsworn leaders, hiding out in their blood-soaked camps. Deal with them. We will see. I don't know you, and I don't sell what precious property we have to outsiders. But if you're willing to work, and you prove to be reliable, I might deem you worthy to live here. My steward will handle things from there. Yes, I know. We have some advantages if they come here. The city is built into the mountainside, so it's hard to reach into, even from the skies. And everything is made of stone, even the beds. We'll have no trouble from Dragon's Fire here. It all started here, this rebellion. When the Empire lost the Reach during the Great War, we became desperate. We promised a group of Nord militia free worship in exchange for their help retaking the war. Then the elves found out about it. We were forced to arrest all of them. Ulfric Stormcloak, their leader, used the whole thing as proof that the Empire had abandoned Skyrim. The rebels called it the Markarth Incident. It was the founding day for the Stormcloaks, and where this war really started. My gods told me, or Margaret, and witnesses report that the attacker was shouting some nonsense about being a Forsworn. I want to make things clear. Markarth has its troubles, but there are no Forsworn in this city. They are only a threat in the hills and along the roads where they live. Everywhere else, we are in control. The White Gold Concordant, our treaty with the elves after the Great War, forbids free worship of Talos. But that's what we promised Ulfric and his men. It seems foolish looking back, but at the time we were hoping the elves wouldn't find out. So when they did find out, it was either we arrest Ulfric and the militia, or enter into yet another war with the Aldmeri Dominion. The choice was clear, and now Ulfric threatens the thinly veiled peace we sacrificed so much for. When the Aldmeri Dominion invaded the Imperial City, the Legion all but turned a blind eye to the other provinces. Many of the disgruntled natives of the Reach used the opportunity to depose the Empire and founded what they called an independent kingdom. It was little more than a chaotic uprising, but the Reach was removed from Imperial authority for 2 years before it reclaimed it. But the leaders of the uprising refused our offers of peace. They fled into the hills and became the Forsworn. I want mercy for those Forsworn. Understand? Old dwarven
Heard about you and your honeyed word.
Best steer clear.
As his housecarl, Igmund's security is my chief concern.
You all right? You look like you might be sick.
Aye, now that's some fine armor. Good old-fashioned steel. You're trespassing here. You better clear out.
I'm Gors's assistant. I help her with the forge.